Alrighty, here we are for another drafting with Numot this time. Vintage Cube, the last one probably for a while as this draft format ends tomorrow. So let's just jump right in here and see what we got for our opening pack. And I think there are a few standout cards. Eldrazi are always a welcome scene, a welcome sight rather, as you can do some pretty nasty stuff with them, whether it be sneaking them in, or through the breaching, or hard casting them with channel, whatever. Blue duels are always amazing, and then we have like Deceiver Exarch if I want to try to do some combo nonsense. I kind of feel like doing maybe some Deceiver Exarch nonsense here. I don't necessarily think it's like the best card in the pack. I think that probably goes to Tundra, but I think this is the card that probably has the most potential. Oh, wow. And then we get a lot of good hits here in pick number 2. We got a Time Twister, Crucible, Metamorph, Moldrifter. I think if I'm going to go the combo route, Time Twister's probably a fine one to pick up. And in all of my decks, I value like artifact mana, fast mana pretty highly anyways, in which case a card like Time Twister fits perfectly. So don't mind following up a little draw 7 to the Deceiver Exarch. Pick number 3 similarly has some pretty good blue cards, Miscalc and Treachery. Treachery might be the best card in the pack, and then maybe Reanimate second, but I do think Miscalc is up there as one of the better cards. Just it's so efficient, like it's good through the majority of the game. In fact, I would say it's never a bad card, right? As you can always cycle it away if you don't find something to counter. There is a Signet, which is fine. If it was a blue Signet, maybe I'd consider that a little bit higher, but I think Treachery is probably the pick here, even though Miscalc is certainly very, very good. Another blue dual land, very nice as well, but I think here this is probably going to be an Ancient Tomb. I don't often end up taking Ancient Tomb probably as much as I should, but already in this deck it's going to have some pretty good utility. So passing Tropical, taking Ancient Tomb here. And what is this? Pick number 5. I think I'm probably going to go with Emrakul over Repeal. Mind control effects in Vintage Cube are always just way too powerful. And this one's attached to a 13/13 Flying Trampler, so can't go wrong with that. Ooh, now we have a little bit of a choice here. Frost Titan, Spirebluff Canal, or the Necromancy. If I'm still leaning towards Deceiver Exarch, Splinter Twin, Kiki-Jiki, I think Canal's probably the best choice. But that being said, we could always just stay open and take the Frost Titan or the Necromancy, which are both very, very good cards. But I think I want to try to do the combo deck, so let's take the Canal. And now a very easy pickup of a red Signet here. Again, great with Time Twister and can fix for Splinter Twin or Kiki-Jiki in a pinch. Now, I'm not guaranteed to get any of those cards. In fact, they might not necessarily be opened in the draft because you don't open all of the potential cards in the cube. I think you open, what is it, 360 out of 540 or something. So, not necessarily guaranteed anything, but you never know. I think here this is probably an easy Nahiri. Oftentimes you do run white in these type of decks, just for good effects such as Nahiri, or things like Restoration Angel, which I believe we already saw, so could potentially get the Restoration Angel back. But a fine pickup. Not necessarily what I'm going to play right now, but I mean, if I get some Eldrazi as well, it's another way to cheat in something. The other Eldrazi more relevant with Nahiri than the Promised End is, but that's okay. I'm liking our start so far. Does keep us pretty open, if nothing else, like pitch the Exarch and just have good looking blue deck. Yeah, so we should get our opening pack here, where I took Exarch over basically not too much else. I don't expect the Tundra to wheel, for example. That would be crazy. But we'll see. Maybe they give me something good. Alright, no surprise, we did not get back the Tundra, but we did get the Siege Gang Commander back, which is just fine. I mean, none of these other cards here are too impressive, maybe Questing Beast, but Siege Gang Commander does some work. Don't sleep on it, I guess. There goes a Plow Under, Mishra's Workshop, And a Lotus Bloom. Any chance that I'm going to be running Lotus Bloom or Workshop? I only have one Signet right now, so this Workshop doesn't look too good, but I think it does have the highest upside, and Lotus Bloom's not too impressive, so that's an okay pickup. Wow! Wield the Reanimate. That's 11th pick Reanimate is kind of busted. 11th pick Reanimate. Okay. I mean, I guess I could stay open to that. The thing is, Reanimate is almost always open in Vintage Cube, I've found. And it's a good deck if you can get the correct pieces to it. But, I don't know. I'm just kind of tired of drafting Reanimate. But if it's that open, then maybe we should just jump in. Like, what was it? Necromancy in a couple picks. Certainly going to take the Necromancy and move into Reanimator if we do see it. Come back around. Okay, after Reanimate, it looks like we got a Putrid Imp on the wheel, which again would be good for the Reanimate deck, so keep open to that. This might have been this might have been the Necromancy pack. Let's take the Flame Slash. We'll put these black cards into the sideboard for now, but keep that open. Like, if I open an Entomb or get past an Entomb and there's nothing good in the pack, then we can definitely go that route. Although with the Reanimate deck, you really need the consistency to make it tick. You know, you need like tutor effects or just other good card draw and filtering to get there. So not a crazy good first pack, but certainly not a terrible one. And our pack 2 just really doesn't have much else in here. Fortunately for us, we do have a little bit of an overlap. Frantic Search is going to be good in not only like the Splinter Twin deck, it's also going to be good in the Reanimate deck, so it's an easy pickup here for me. Probably going to wheel the Brutalive, I would imagine. Pyromancer would also be fine. Battlesphere is okay, but seems like an easy Frantic Search. And now we have like Jace, Cryptic, Thoughtseize, or Narset, all pretty juicy. I think this pick is going to kind of determine which route we actually end up going, because Thoughtseize is a hell of a card. Thoughtseize is so tempting just to go to Reanimate. But I think Cryptic here is what I'm going to take. I don't expect to wheel any of these, but Cryptic seems like a pretty high upside card for now. Oh, that's too bad. But yeah, I don't know. Like, these red cards aren't worth running currently. Okay, we got a Teferi here. We got a Fumarole. There's a Nissa. Cloudskate, Phantasmal Image. Plenty of good choices. The question is, which route do we want to go? I mean, it might just be safest to take a blue card here. Like Phantasmal Image, to not commit to anything. And get a little bit more information about what we want to do here. Lots of powerful cards, though. Like, obviously, Teferi's busted. Nissa also very, very good. But I'm just going to take the Image. See what we can do with this. Ooh, a Sneak Attack now. Oh, no. Oh, that card is so good. But there's, like, a counter spell in this pack? Holy smokes. Oh, this is a rough pick. Sneak Attack versus Counterspell. I think Sneak Attack just wins so many more games than Counterspell does, even though this card would be so good of a pickup. I think we have to take the Sneak. It's just too good not to. All right, well, there's Zealous Conscripts. There's also Force of Will. Now, we already have the Deceiver Exarch, so Kiki Jiki or Splinter Twin is already a combo piece. Do we want to take the redundancy of the conscripts or take the power of the Force of Will, which is just going to be very, very good in our deck? Get some of these red cards back in here. I think this is a tough pick. I think Force of Will probably wins me more games than Zealous Conscripts does, as much as I hate to do that. Oh, there's a Vampiric Tutor. Am I going to be playing any of these red cards? Possibly. Direfleet Daredevil can do some good stuff, and Mizzium Mortars is not a bad sideboard card, but I think I'd rather take the Tutor. I don't think it would be too hard to pick up some black fixing and maybe do some weird, sneaky, jeeky reanimate deck. And we already have reanimate in our sideboard, so that seems like a fine choice. Speaking of, look at that animate dead super late. Because I don't think we're playing Duretti, and we're not playing Oracle. Yeah, we're going to take the animate dead. I do need to get some fixing here if I'm going to end up playing the black cards. So, unfortunately, we did not find one here, but I'm okay to take the Goblin Electromancer. Can do some work in this deck. Maybe not as good as the Brawl that we had seen, but not too bad. Yeah. More reanimate shenanigans. Again, we're going to take that. Maybe we can get some fatties. Ah, God, I've never been impressed with Terror of the Peaks, but maybe this could be the deck for it. Sacred Foundry, Taiga. So many good duels going around, and yet we can't really abuse any of them. Avalanche Riders, I guess, is okay. We could take Terastodon. That's good with both Sneak Attack and Reanimate, so that's a nice wheel there. Oh gosh, is my deck looking like this? Some kind of mishmash hodgepodge? It's very possible that Sneak Attack is the only red card that I end up splashing. Blue-black Reanimate with a little bit of a sneak build. That could be good. If I do this, though, I'm going to really need to prioritize the fixing, which, again, I don't think I've seen too much Grixis fixing in any of these packs. Yeah, I mean, again, we can run that too. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Wow, there's the Kiki Jiki, but there's a Mox Jet. And Mox Emerald, for what it's worth. Oh, man. Now I have to ask myself, what's going to win more, taking the Mox Jet or taking the Kiki? And I think it's going to be the Mox Jet. Right now, we can just pitch the Exarch and have a really nice Grixis Sneak Attack Reanimate deck. And Mox Jet is going to fit a lot better than Kiki Jiki is. Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely going to take the Kiki Jiki if it wheels. But right now, I'm getting rid of the Deceiver Exarch plan. Okay, here's another nice one. Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn. And notably, we have a few ways to get Emrakul on the battlefield. Sneak Attack, obviously, the ideal, but what we can also do is Shallow Grave Emrakul with any way to discard it. So great pickup there. Yeah, I'm liking this deck. Again, still need to find some more fixing, but overall, I think this is looking like a real treat. Yeah, don't get any of those. What do you have here? Through the Breach now. Yeah, that's probably the pick. Gives me a second way to cheat in one of these cards. No fixing here, as Wooded Foothills doesn't find any duel that I have, and Tomb obviously is not ideal, so take a little Breach. Wow, okay. Bloodstained Mire or Grizzlebrand. Oh man, that's tough. I think Grizzlebrand's too good. Like, if you think about it, Grizzlebrand is fixing, because if you reanimate it or sneak attack it, you just get to draw so many cards. I'm okay with that pick. This is not a good recurring Nightmare deck because, one, I don't have too many other creatures to like chain the recurring Nightmare, but two, this Emrakul shuffles the library. The thing is, I don't really want to play any of these red cards, and I don't think we need Titan, because I'm kind of overloading on fat creatures here. Maybe it is just taking the Manamorphose as off-color fixing, I guess, in a sense. Nice. Okay, we definitely need the Steam Vents. I'm not going to pass the fixing that I said I needed so much. Also passing a Dark Slick Shores, which is unfortunate that both cards are in the same pack, but that's too important. Okay, once again, nothing much here. Had I taken the recurring Nightmare, Bitter Blossom would be a little bit interesting. But this pack's just not very good anyways. Like, we can take the Sower of Temptation, but I don't know if I'm even going to end up running it. It's a nice little Hymn to Turok. The double black, slightly awkward, but Probably doable. Wow, and okay, we did wheel the Kiki Jiki. Okay, so I'm gonna probably cut Bolas, run the Exarch, run the Kiki. Say sorry to the Duretti. Okay, so we have Grixis Sneaky Jiki Reanimator. This is gonna be fun. The biggest issue again is the mana. In fact, I probably want to cut the Cryptic command out of this deck. God, I wish I had more blue cards, because now the Force of Will is also looking a little bit sketchy. Wow, Toxic, Baleful Strix, and Kolaghan's Command are all amazing. I think the Toxic is the highest upside card. I don't think there's much merit to taking the Bazaar of Baghdad, but I could definitely see it. It's not terrible, but I think something like Toxic is just too good. Memory Jar could also be very, very good here. Like, we are definitely a combo deck, so Jar not bad in that regard. I don't think we need any more fat, although Terastodon probably does get replaced with Ashen Rider. And again, I don't think we're running Seething Song, maybe a sideboard of Will. Okay. So the biggest issue here is going to be the fixing, but otherwise we're looking pretty good, all things considered. I think I will cut what else? It's maybe the Force of Will at this point. Like, it feels more black-red than anything else. In fact, what if blue is a splash? Maybe I should have taken that Seething Song. I have 2 red rituals I can play as well. Uh-oh, am I going off the deep end? What if I just splash the Deceiver Exarch and like Frantic Search and Time Twister? Cut the Force of Will, cut the Treachery, cut the Phantasmals. Go double red ritual here. Is that better or worse? That seems worse to me. Yeah. That seems worse. Maybe just cut the Manamorphose since I need red for that anyways. Splash the Sneak Attack into Through the Breach. The Kiki Jiki I'm never going to be planning on hard casting. We can Sneak Attack the Kiki Jiki. We can Through the Breach the Kiki Jiki. We can also reanimate the Kiki Jiki. Alright, I'm going to try this, I guess. Kind of a hodgepodge mishmash, but let's run this. I think we still want Tomb. How many more red sources do I want here, though? Let's see, I get access to 13 lands, so 6, 11, 12. I guess we go one more. That's 4, 5 red sources with Signet. We do a Vampiric Tutor as well. Okay. Again, the mana base is what's going to be holding us back here, but we do have a pretty nice deck otherwise. I think this is probably okay to run with. I'm debating cutting the Force of Will for a different card, but I think we can probably get away with this. All right, let's run this and go to round 1. Okay, here we are for round 1 of this Vintage Cube draft with our Grixis Reanimator Sneaky Kiki Jiki, whatever you want to call it, on the play. And it looks like a mulligan to me. I don't think Vampiric Tutor makes the hand good enough to keep. Maybe if Memory Jar was like a red source, I can go get Sneak Attack or something, but I think this hand is probably asking a little bit too much. And then we have this hand. Alright, I guess I'm going to keep this. And we don't need to Ancient Tomb turn 1 for Signet. This hand wants to draw, I mean, a lot. Let's just put it blunt. This hand needs to draw a lot of things to make it work. Or we could just find, I guess, our Time Spiral, or whether a Time Twister? Time Twister. More blue. It's not a huge deal if they have like Spell Pierce for this. Yeah, maybe the opponent plays something that I can Phantasmal Image. Who knows? Something good. Treachery. Okay. Lots of blue mana over there. I am scared as they run out of Mox Diamond, ditching a mountain. So we could be seeing another combo deck of sorts. We do find a black source. The opponent might be scared of what I'm holding up, but in fact, the answer is nothing. Wow, another Grixis deck. Okay. What do you got? 3 mana. Duretti. Yep, that's good. Resolves. I got nothing. And they're still potentially holding up counter magic. Memory Jar. Yeah. Oh, the problem with Memory Jar here is that they can just sacrifice their artifact to kill it. Oh, that's too bad. I guess I'm just passing. It's not a huge deal if they kill my Gruul Signet. Yep, that's fine. Rather than kill that than Memory Jar, which I guess we're probably not going to get anytime soon. Oh yeah, it definitely feels like they're holding open counter magic though, and if they don't have it, now they have it. Demonic Tutor, that's a good one. Reanimate. Okay, so let's go for Phantasmal Image on Spellseeker, see if they counter it. If they don't, then I get to Spellseek. If they do counter, then I can like reanimate the Spellseeker. And I guess I grab Vampiric Tutor here. Not sure what I'm going to Vamp Tutor for, though. I only have 1 black source, so... I mean, I guess we just get Buried Alive. And then go for the 2-turn. But I'm guessing they have counter magic in their hand. I can actually get double black by using Treachery. That actually works, because the Tomb helps me filter. Alright, no place. Let's Vamp. The fact that they're still not casting Vamp Tutor tells me they could also have Mystic Confluence in their hand. Very interesting. Yeah, alright, I'll just grab the Buried Alive. I don't expect it to resolve. I don't really have much of a better play, though, right now. Alright, it did resolve, so we can get Ashen Rider, Kiki Jiki, and Grizzlebrand. I'm still confused as to what they're doing. I guess, again, they're just holding open counter magic. They're still not casting their Demonic Tutor. I mean... Yeah, let's go for Animate Dead on Grizzlebrand. Okay, they had Mana Drain. Sure. So I could go for the Treachery play now if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to wait another turn. Because I'd have to Treachery their Spellseeker, which is not too great. Because they have a Mystical Tutor too. Mystical Tutor, Mana Drain, Demonic Tutor. Show and Tell. Oh, baby. Okay, well, we might get to Treachery whatever they're about to show and tell. That's kind of neat. All right. I think this works how I want it to, right? Or do they enter at the same time? I can't actually remember. Oh, crap. Now that I think about it, I believe this doesn't work. Right? I have to choose something as it... Alright, I'm just going to try it anyways, because I can't recall. Oh, it was a Bolas's Citadel! So maybe it would have worked. Damn. Putting out the jar doesn't really do anything since they have to ready. Alright, that's pretty funny. Show and Tell Citadel. So they might actually be on a Storm deck. And I just got debated here. So Crucible off the Citadel, Emery off the Citadel, milling, land, 4 lands, okay. I'm still guessing there's another counter magic spell in their hand. Okay, there goes the Demonic Tutor. It's also going to shuffle the top of their library for Citadel purposes. Okay. Now what, OP? What do you have? Land, yes. I mean, we haven't seen too many artifacts from them, but they're running Emery, so presumably they have a lot of good ones. They only have 1 blue open right now. Which means I probably just go for the Reanimate on Grizzlebrand play and hope they don't have another counter. Reanimate Grizzlebrand and then draw a bunch of cards, I think is the game plan. And I think I have to try to win this turn, because we're just going to lose to Bolas next turn. Oh, maybe I'm just dying to a burn spell. Oh, go for the throat. That's fine. As long as I get to draw a bunch of cards here. And it's junk. It's all junk. 5 types in the yard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 1 short of being able to Emrakul them, which might actually win the game. Right? There's no way I can Emrakul this turn. Wow, those were pretty bad hits. Let's see if I play Imp. No, I already have an enchantment in the yard. I can't play Putrid Imp and discard a land because that's net 0. Yeah, we already have all of these card types in the yard. I already have Artifact, Creature, Instant, Sorcery. Gross. Right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 mana. I don't think there's anything I'm missing here. I can play the Jar and have 2 mana available. Maybe I could hit Shallow Grave? Shallow Grave Grizzlebrand. Anything else I can do here? Two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. Yeah. That doesn't do it. I think I'm just 1 mana short of being able to do anything. All right, well, I guess I'm going to Jar and hope. All right, well, we bricked. I guess I'm playing my land and passing and just dying to basically anything. There goes my Emrakul. Let's see, they had Typhoon, Gearhulk, Signet, Land, Metamorph, Wheel of Fortune. All right. Ah, darn it. We were actually really close, because I think Emrakul would have probably won the game, taking an extra turn. Oh, you know what they can do? They can copy Metamorph with Duretti. I mean, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they just need to get 2 permanents on the battlefield and we lose. Oh, you know what they can also do? They can copy their Gearhulk. Gearhulk copies, like, go for the throat with my Spell Seekers, and then kill me. With Emery attack. Although I guess I could Deceiver Exarch. Alright, they're going to make 1,000,000 copies of Signet. Let's see if they see the Citadel play. And they do. GG's. We'll let them have their fun. Sack their permanent. Very strange game, though. In fact, they don't have too many counters from what we saw. Just the mana drain. So besides that, we're pretty free to go. Oh, I messed up. I could have tapped their Citadel in response to them making copies of the Signet. Oh no. I don't know if we were going to win from there, but oh, I could have survived. Why didn't I think about that? I did, just 2 seconds too late. That's funny. Okay, well, whoopsies. Yeah, I think we just run it back. I mean, I kept a pretty bad hand, and then we just didn't do anything, which let them get all the time they wanted, but I definitely didn't need definitely didn't need to lose there to that Citadel. Yikes. This hand is close. I needed to draw 2 more mana sources for Sneak Attack. Alright, I'm going to give it a shot. The thing is, my graveyard shuffled away from the other Emrakul, so I don't think I was going to be able to cast the Promised End and take their turn, because we only had the land in the graveyard at that point. But, I mean, who knows? We'll never know, since I simply just messed up. Okay, another land is good. We'll go for the Buried Alive next turn, putting like Grizzlebrand in the graveyard and stuff, I think. Fatal Push the Imp. Now the question is, do I want to discard the Ashen Rider to the Imp? And I think the answer is no, since we're already going to Buried Alive next turn. Which means we want to keep at least, you know, something in our graveyard, or something in our hand to Sneak Attack out. Yeah, let's get the Deceiver Exarch in there as well. Opponent firing off the Mystical Tutor. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Well, I don't mind drawing a new hand here if that's what they want to do. Sure. Our hand is garbage now, but hey, look at that. Hit a nice little animate dead. Thank you, opponent. They pitch their Drain, a Glorybringer, and Duretti. Let's get back our Grizzlebrand, shall we? And let's just draw 7 immediately. Nice. We can Shallow Grave the Ashen Rider if we want to here. Oh, we have a lot of different plays. In fact, because I drew Ancient Tomb, I can actually go like this. Float the black. Oh, I don't need to float that yet, but Frantic Search. I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. We get to go like this. Shallow Grave, or rather, Frantic Search. Discard like 2 irrelevant lands. Untap. No, they conceded. So what I was gonna be able to do is Shallow Grave the Ashen Rider, since it was the top card of my library, and then Phantasmal Image it. So they were going to lose 2 of their lands. I would have a 6/7 Grizzlebrand and an Ashen Rider Phantasmal Image on the battlefield. Well, that seemed to have worked out a little bit better, didn't it? Okay, let's go to game 3. And our hand is close. I have Through the Breach for a fatty on like turn 4, but is this good enough with Vampiric Tutor in hand? I don't even have a blue card for Force of Will. It's close. I'm going to give it a shot since we're on the draw. We get a few looks at a card before we can decide if we need to do something with Vampiric Tutor. And like worst case scenario, I can always Vampiric Tutor for Time Twister on like turn 3. Oh, well, there's that. Still going to lead with Swamp here. I might want to pitch the Time Twister to Force of Will, in all honesty. As they fire off a Mystical Tutor. We don't care about that. They got a Mana Drain. Sure, whatever. As long as we have this, it's fine. Again, don't need a Vampiric Tutor here because we don't know what we want to find yet. That's not bad. The question is, do we think they're going to counter my Signet? I'm going to find out. I'll Force of Will if they Mana Drain this. But they might also think, hey, wait a minute, this is bait. He knows I'm getting Mana Drain, you know? Alright, so the drain's gone. Dimir Signet. Alright, and I think we're just going to go get Grizzlebrand and Through the Breach that. I could get Emrakul and make them sacrifice all of their permanents, I guess. That'll probably prompt a scoop, now that I think about it. We'll hit them for 15. We'll make them sack all of their lands, all the permanents. That's probably good enough. I'm just thinking that Grizzlebrand probably wins more often, but this is probably good enough. Goodbye, permanents. Yeah, good enough. All right. Nice little win there, and yeah, let's go on to the next. Okay, here we are for game 2 of this Drafto, and these hands are not very compelling, are they? I just don't think this is good enough to keep. Too much dirtle, as they say. This hand is probably okay. Yeah. Keep this, and I think I'm going to pitch the... Well, I guess I'm supposed to pitch the Emrakul. That way, if they somehow strip my hand, they can only take one of my draw 7 effects. So I think my gameplay is probably like... Turn 3, Deceiver Exarch, tap something down. Turn 4, Time Twister. And that way I already have the Deceiver Exarch on the battlefield for if we find some Kiki-Jiki combo nonsense. Uh-oh. They have plans if they're playing turn 1 Chrome Mox. Getting rid of a Thragtusk and playing a Lotus Cobra, okay. Well, my draw 7 effects are looking much worse in this case. As it looks like they're going to be dumping out their hand relatively quickly. So they have access to currently 4 mana this turn. Adding black. Uh-oh. Lodestone Golem. Okay. Turn 2 Lodestone Golem. Interesting. I'm going to draw Shallow Grave now and wish I had Emrakul in my hand. Yeah, I guess game plan is just land pass. Can't cast any of these because of the load. Adding green, yeah, sure. Llanowar Elf, yes. And probably bash in for 5. Oh, they're losing their Cobra. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm okay to trade for the Cobra here. I don't need it. Man, and they have a Worn Power Stone? Yikes, they just have all the fast mana. I think I'm just going to pass here. Hope they attack with the Llanowar Elf. And eat the Llanowar Elf if they do. I mean, I can't imagine they have too much more to ramp into. If they don't attack with the Llanowar Elf, then I'm going to be concerned. And I'll just tap the Power Stone mid-combat. Okay, that's terrifying. I guess I could tap the Llanowar Elf too if they're planning on using it. Maybe they just sussed out the Exarch, I don't know. But I guess if they need that for mana, it's better to tap that. Uh-oh. Did they get me here? Maybe they have like a green sun? Ah, that was their play. Stone Coil. Oh, big oof. So, I think this is my play. I think I slam the jar. I chump the Lodestone Golem. I take 6 or 7. And then I hope that I can find combo pieces that I can win through a Lodestone Golem with. No reason to block the Stone Coil since it tramples. So I need to draw like Animate Dead and, I don't know, some Kiki-Jiki nonsense. I don't think that's entirely realistic. Let's just draw for turn. That ain't gonna do it. Let's pop the jar. Okay, that's a lot of digging. The problem is the Lodestone Golem is probably gonna just finish me off. Would be my guess. So I have to pay 4 mana for Frantic. I can Vamp Tutor for 2 first. Is there a way to do that? Oh man, I think I actually win if they don't have Lodestone Golem here. Vamp Tutor for 2, Frantic for 4. Untap, yeah. If they didn't have Lodestone, I win the game this turn. Barring any interaction, of course. So can I Vamp Tutor into Frantic Search as it stands? Vamp Tutor, Frantic Search, I'm hellbent. Emrakul doesn't do it. None of my creatures add a ton of mana, right? Grizzlebrand gains me 7, but that doesn't do it. You know what I could do? At the end of my turn, I can Shallow Grave. Does that work? Can't get Toxic, can't get Treachery. Phantasmal Image doesn't do it. Alright, somebody's going to have to tell me if they find a better line, but I think Vamp Tutoring. Oh, wait, no, they have Creeping Tar Pit. Oh, wait, they don't have another black right now. Okay, so maybe this does work. Grizzlebrand, play the land. Go to end of turn. Frantic Search. Discard Grizzlebrand, and it doesn't matter because I'm going to be discarding everything at end of turn anyways. 2, 3. And then Shallow Grave. And now I have a Grizzlebrand to block on their turn. Inkwell Leviathan, Urza, lands, Karn. Alright. So we're not dead this turn unless they draw, a way to deal with Grizzlebrand or a black source, which obviously they could do. Oh, they drew a tapped black source. Nice. Okay. So we live another turn. And I get to Emrakul them, right? Yeah, I'll have 13. So maybe I can do something with Emrakul here. Oh no, I don't have enough. I can't through the Lodestone. Oh no, the Lodestone again. So I had the win if they didn't have Lodestone. That's crazy. Let's just Time Twister, I guess. No reason not to. And yeah, just concede. Wow, Lodestone Golem turn 2 completely ruined me. Brutal. Guess I could bring in Flame Slash. Their deck looked pretty janky, though. Actually, I don't even think I'm going to sideboard. I think our deck is pretty good versus them, but they just had, like, turn 1 Lotus Cobra, turn 2 Lodestone Golem, so... I'm okay keeping this hand. I can Phantasmal Image an early play of theirs, and then Time Twister. And we always have the out of drawing a black source and a discard to just Shallow Grave, Grizzlebrand, draw a bunch of cards, but I would assume that was like one of their ideal starts. Turn 1 Cobra, turn 2 turn 2 Lodestone. Damn, we did have it though. We drew like the perfect cards if they didn't have the Lodestone. Oh, here we go again. This time they're eating an Arbor Elf. Okay, turn 1 Cobra again. I'll copy it. Don't do me dirty like that. Really? Really? They have the same exact start. Okay, I mean, so be it. We just need to find a discard effect for Grizzlebrand and the Shallow Grave. Or I could just fire off the Time Twister right now and hope. Man, that's so disgusting. I guess I'm just going to fire it off. That's not great. I can't do it next turn because of the Lodestone Golem. I can do it the turn after. Ugh. Unless I draw a fetch? I don't have a fetch. I guess I could draw Tomb. Ancient Tomb would work. I'm going to be a little bit upset if this is just how we lose. Turn 1 Cobra, turn 2 Lodestone in back-to-back games. Like, I don't know if I can win if I block. I think I need to try to top deck the Ancient Tomb this turn. Hey, Mox Jet works too. All right. We deserve a little luck, don't we? After what we got done to us. I think we deserve a little action. Granted, my hand is completely awful now. Like, I have nothing else going on for me. I guess I'm just going to kill the metal worker here. All right, a good draw, but... like, now what? Now what? Thragtusk? I mean, that's beatable. I think I do trade if they attack now. Cobra not doing much for us anymore. It's awkward if we draw exactly Shallow Grave now. Okay, so... Sneak Attack doesn't work because I only have one red source. I need to draw, like, Frantic Search into Shallow Grave. I think that's... Oh, wait, they gained 5 life. That doesn't even kill him anymore. Well, boo! That's too bad. I'm a little bit sad we're losing to this, but that's Vintage Cube for you. Sometimes they just have some pretty nasty starts. Yeah, this doesn't even matter. Last turn it would have worked on the Thragtusk, but now the Tar Pit just kills us, so GG's. Unfortunate loss. Hopefully we can pull out the last round. Alright, the third and final round here of this Vintage Cube draft with our weird Grixis combo deck. Got wrecked in the previous round by our opponent going turn 1 Lotus Cobra, turn 2 Lodestone Golem in back-to-back games. Hopefully we can pull off something a little bit better this time around. As there's a turn 2 Fauna Shaman from our opponent here. Ooh. Yeah, no need to Frantic Search yet. Although I guess I should have played Ancient Tomb in case I do draw a swamp next turn. Courser of Krufix. Ooh, Revealing Library of Alexandria. Doesn't look like that's going to get online anytime soon. The problem is if I don't have anything to do in the next turn or two, they might just roll me over. Okay, that's not bad. Do I want to go for Tomb now? Do I want to go for Frantic now? Let's go for the Frantic. Swamp and a Time Twister. I guess we discard Emrakul land. I can play out the Deceiver Exarch, untap my Ancient Tomb, and Time Twister with a red floating. This seems okay. Wow. That was not okay. We hit no black sources, but we do have Buried Alive and Shallowed Grave. We get to see all of the cards that they drew, though. So they have Entomb, Freebooter, and Craterhoof, as well as a bunch of lands in their hand. Wow, what terrible hits. I mean, I have the out of just drawing Kiki Jiki now and winning the game, but... How many black sources am I running? Mox Jet, 6 swamps. So 7 black sources? I mean, maybe that's not enough. Feels like it's okay. Although I guess I could cut an island for another swamp. Maybe that's what I should do for the next game. As they took the Bury Alive, sure. So they played Swamp and Freebooter. They attack for 2, I go to 10. They have a bunch of junk in their hand, and then the Badlands on top. So we're not actually doing all that badly, all things considered. Because their hand's pretty weak. But I don't have anything going on. Can't catch a break here. Grave Titan on top. All right, so we need to draw something next turn, as we will be dead here in 2 turns. Another match where Flame Slash can probably come in as well. All right, take 3. Go to 7. All right, I got one more turn. I guess at this point it's like Kiki Jiki exactly. Wow, they have Ancestral in their deck too, and they can draw it with the library. Okay. Don't mind me, just 4 black cards in my hand. I mean, the fact that we haven't seen a single black source in 14 cards is pretty unlikely, too. All right, so they cast Ancestral. They drew Primus, Terastodon, and I believe, what was it, an Arbor Elf? Yeah. They have a Badlands in their hands, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't remember. There's one more card. I mean, we know all of their cards in their hand. It's just... Give me the Kiki Jiki one time, please. Toxic on 2 would technically work as well. Oh my gosh, this is unreal. What are these draws? Holy smokes. Halfway through the deck, that's where the first black source was. Okay, I guess I'm going to cut an island and run an extra swamp. That's crazy. That's crazy. What the heck? All right, Flame Slash in. Nope, run it back. I'm going to be a complainer. I'm going to complain about how unlucky our draws have been these last 2 matches and how lucky our opponents' draws have been. Wah, wah, wah. No, we're fine. We'll get him this time, right? Right, deck? This hand's okay. Toxic is really, really strong versus green decks, and we have Buried Alive on turn 2. I'm going to lead with Swamp here instead of Steam Vent so I can go Ancient Tomb Buried. Okay, no more lands, please. I've got my mana now. It's been the Grizzlebrand, Ashen Rider, and I think Kiki Jiki's okay. Oh, you know what? I thought the Buried Alive put it in a random order, but it might be in the order that you click it in, which means I made a mistake versus a versus me drawing Shallow Grave. Because now if I draw Shallow Grave, I hit exactly Kiki Jiki. And of course, I draw the Sneak Attack after putting all that fuel in my graveyard. Womp womp. That's okay, we still have some fat. But yeah, I made Shallow Grave really, really bad. Okay, Garrick, make a beast from them. That's okay. Here we go. So they're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 mana next turn. So I think I hold off 1 turn on the Toxic. And just fire it off next turn. Come on, play some more creatures. Make another 3/3. No, don't cast Ancestral Recall. Make another 3/3. And cast another Mana Dork while you're at it. No, make another 3/3. Give me some value, please. Did they not even use Garrick? I don't even think they used it. Okay. Alright, let's play land. And I'm going to go ahead and fire off this damn jar right now. Am I? If I use it next turn, I can hit 2 things, but I guess I don't actually have all that much left in the deck. Yeah. This is so awful. I guess we're hoping to hit Emrakul. But it's not even that impressive. Ooh, that's actually really good that we also hit another playable here as well. I'm just going to attack face instead of Garrick. 15 damage, make them sack 6 permanents is hopefully good enough here. Now remember, I'm losing everything at end of turn, and I'm just going to re-hit the, what was it? The Toxic in my hand? In my old hand? Let's see if they keep their Beast and their Garrick. That might be the right play, yeah. Okay, take 15. Let's see. I want to sacrifice the Emrakul first, because I don't want to redraw these cards. So let's sacrifice, shuffle all of that in, and then discard the Deceiver Exarch and the crap. Yeah. Now remember, with Garrick, you have to untap exactly 2 lands. So if they play a land, they cannot untap just it. They would have to untap one of my lands as well. Oh, they had a Duress? Well, that's unfortunate. There goes my Toxic, which means maybe they do just make another Beast. Yikes. That's brutal. Okay, I can kill the Garrick with the Putrid Imp. Oh boy. If they were at 4, I would just attack them twice with Threshold and kill them. But being that they're at 5, I can't actually make that play. Oh, this is disgusting. All right, deck. Come on. You can do it. Just give me one thing here, please. Show me you're better than a 1 and 2. Because this deck I thought was great, besides the mana, which I guess we did have some mana issues already, but... Come on, top deck! Top deck! Deceiver Exarch. That technically buys me a turn. Do I want to hit them for 2 by discarding the island? I guess the answer is yes. I get to Shallow Grave my Deceiver Exarch, tap one of the beasts, and block the other. Oh, man. This is so jank, dude. Turns out if I had just attacked them with the Putrid Imp, we would have killed them this turn. Okay. Shallow Grave. Get back Deceiver Exarch, tap down a beast. I mean, I lose to any removal spell here as well, so... I will block if you attack. Okay, come on! One more top deck! Oh, we will go out by tapping my own Ancient Tomb. Oh, man. Alright, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. They can't all be winners. Oh, the next draw was a time twister. With Sneak Attack on the battlefield, I imagine Time Twister was a win. Man, I'm so sad. We didn't even, like, we just lost 0-2 the previous 2 matches, but I feel like a lot of those games were just one thing away. Obviously, there were some mana issues, but I gotta feel a little bit bad losing with this deck, because I think it was really cool. Ah, well. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. They can't all be winners, but sometimes the most exciting decks are ones that kind of fizzle out. This will be the last Vintage Cube for a little while, so we'll boot up Double Masters in the coming weeks. Hopefully you guys are excited for that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.